Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Victoria, and today I am sharing something a bit more personal to me. So you can already tell from the title of this video, I am going to be talking about a health condition that I feel like is not really discussed about enough, but it affects many of us. Yes, including me. Yeah. So the condition is GERD, or let's just say acid reflux. I was diagnosed of GERD. So um if you have ever struggled with heartburn, indigestion, or constant acid reflux, this video is for you. I am sharing my story because I searched YouTube and I only saw two people that spoke about this condition. And aside doctors, nurses that have spoken about it on YouTube, just two people share their story. And this was what gave me the courage to come and also share my story, because I was like, I don't want to talk about it, but I feel like sharing my story will also give other people hope, as those two videos that I've seen has given me hope. So that's why I'm here to share my own story. So for those who may not know what GERD stands for, it is Gastropharyngeal Reflux Disease. Yeah, it is basically when acid from your stomach comes up into your esophagus, causing it causes you to be really very uncomfortable. The symptoms is like heartburn, you have heartburn, you have chest pain, you even have sore throat, which I'm currently having. Like, yeah, sore throat sometimes. There's also regurgitation, that it will make you taste like it. You feel a sour liquid in your throat. So yeah, like those are the symptoms. Then now let me talk about my own journey with GERD. So it started like a very long time ago, maybe since secondary school or after secondary school. I can't really remember. I honestly can't remember. Okay. So let me tell you, it's been a journey, like a long ride. So at first I thought it was, just a normal heartburn, like ulcer that they usually call it, because I only felt the pain when I ate like certain type of food, or if I and like if I take breakfast very late, that's when I feel the pain. So I just started avoiding food that make me feel those pain. And I remember throughout my university days, one thing that constantly make me visit the health center was this so-called heartburn ulcer. Like, I was a regular visitor. Once the doctor sees me like this, say, "Oh yeah, Victoria, go and eat." And I'll be like, this thing is not because whether I eat early or I don't eat early, sometimes I just feel the pain, okay? And I'll end up going to the hospital no matter the drug I take, until they pass that drip till I feel better. So at that time, I did not even know what GART, GARD is called. I think they call it GERD. I think that's the word GERD. I don't want to blunder it, so that's why I'm just calling it GARD. Okay, so because GERD is not really, like, it's not easily diagnosed. So because the symptoms is similar with heartburn, with ulcer, so I thought it was just normal, usual indigestion and all that. But it got to a point where, like, I felt like I couldn't eat anything without having this discomfort, without having this pain, this heartburn. There were days that I couldn't even enjoy some of the meals I like plantain and so many other things like fried yam. I can't. So it became like constant battle between enjoying the food that I like and also dealing with the after effect, right? So let's not even talk about trying to explain to people who do not understand what you're going through, okay? They just think that, oh, this thing is happening there, stop eating it. It doesn't work that way. Okay, so then when I traveled to the UAE, the issue got worse. So I basically visited the hospital. Then I was diagnosed of gallbladder stone, which I ended up undergoing surgery for. So I made a video on this gallbladder, whatever, whatever. So yeah, if you like to see the video, I'll just leave it in the card and also in the description box below if you want to watch the video. So after the surgery, I thought that okay, that was the end of my problem, but no, it was not. So after some months, I started feeling more pain. I was like, okay, maybe it's due to the surgery. So I didn't even bother. But even years later, 2 years, I think it's 3 years later now, I still feel the pain, like maybe even worse. So I was trying to manage the pain. So whenever I feel the pain, I'll drink water, and after some time, it will just subside, and I'll feel better. But it just start becoming a very real concern for me because I had an episode at the office and it was not even good. So I visited the hospital and they gave me medication. We were back to heartburn medication, ulcer medication, and that doesn't work, right? So I went back to the hospital again. I explained the situation to the doctor. This time another doctor. I told him about the surgery. I told him about everything that has happened, the drugs and everything. And before I explained all those to him, he was like, okay, maybe it's acute ulcer. So that was when I tried to explain that, okay, this and this has been done. And after that, the surgery, I didn't feel those pain I used to feel before, but after some time, it came back and, you know, he ran some tests and everything. So that was when I was diagnosed of Gerd, which is acid reflux. So, coupled with the symptoms that I mentioned to him, with the test and all, so I was diagnosed of acid reflux. So, living with GERD is not even just about heartburn, it affects so many aspects of my daily life. Like, you don't even know when the pain will come. It can happen anywhere. It's just like epilepsy. You don't know when it will happen. So I have to go from constantly worrying about what to eat to, adjusting to how to sleep. You know, it can feel like you're walking on eggshell, to be honest, all the time. And honestly, it can really affect one's mental health. So there are days where the discomfort just brings me down, and it will be very hard for me to stay positive. But trust me, it is manageable. Yeah, we are managing it at this point. So over time, I have learned that managing GERD is all about lifestyle changes. So I'll just share some tips that I'm trying to do that is helping me, and it might help you too if you are this condition and you're watching this video. Okay, so number one is diet adjustment. So I quickly I learned that certain food were like a huge trigger to me, like spicy food. Like right from time, I don't even like spicy food. So I avoid them. Fried food, I'm trying. So that's why mostly I just use my hair fryer to do anything fried I want to do. And coffee, you need to avoid coffee, but for me, I don't take coffee. So if you have GERD, you have to let coffee go. Okay. One of the hardest thing for me was cutting down on the food I like, fried plantain and all that. I still take it, but in moderation. Okay, and also drinks that I love. You can't take soda, even though the thing they enter my eyes sometimes. But honestly, I just have to start avoiding those triggers. And I notice a big improvement. It's tough, but with time it gets easier. Two, eat smaller but more frequent meals. So before I used to eat like large meals a day, but that it does not work for Gerd. So now I eat smaller portions more frequently throughout the day. So that made a a huge difference. So it keeps me from feeling too full, which if you are too full, it always trigger the reflux. Okay. So number three, avoid late night meals at all costs. This took me a while to get used to because I'm a late night person. I get home late, so before I cook and everything, I don't have a choice than to eat late. But avoiding food, a few hours before bedtime is really a game changer for me. So if I eat too close to bedtime, I can almost guarantee that I will wake up with acid reflux. So I have made it an habit to, finish eating at least 3 hours before bedtime. So by 8, I'm close for the latest 8:30, and maybe I sleep around 12. So yeah, we are good. So number four, elevate your head while sleeping. This might sound simple, but it's really very effective. Okay, so I started sleeping with my head elevated, either by using extra pillow or just adjusting my head frequently while I sleep. Okay, so basically, living with GERD can be very frustrating. It is frustrating, but the most important thing is to remember that you are not alone. It really takes time to figure out what works for you. Like no carb, it takes time. So, and it might feel overwhelming at first, but with the right adjustment, life, can still be very enjoyable. Yes, I am managing it, and I've not had a pain in 2 weeks right now. So with time, you're gonna adjust. Okay. So if you have dealt with GERD or you have any tips to share, please drop them in the comment section below. Let's help each other out. Okay. Yes, we need all the help we can. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up. Subscribe to this channel, for more good stuff. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope sharing my story and the tips that I've shared was very helpful to anyone out there that is struggling with GERD or acid reflux or even heartburn, ulcer, and all that. Okay. Thank you so much. Stay healthy. Okay. I'll see you in my next one.